are a strong person. So baby, keep moving on. Don't let nobody stop your hustle. But if you plan to just stand tall.
Hey, what's going on with your collective? It's your girl Lavender, your virtual life coach. And thank you for joining me for another video here on LAVIprogram. On this channel, we are manifesting realities one change at a time. For those of you that are new, welcome. Thank you for being here. For my returning viewers, you're a real one and I appreciate you. All right, so this is going to be a collective general read, so please use your discernment, okay? Roles can be reversed, and every read is not going to be your read. If you would like to schedule your own personal read, or if you would like to schedule a life coach session with me, please follow the QR code that is on your screen, and it will take you to online booking and everything LAVIprogram, okay? So, recently, I just got some new decks, y'all. And I wanted to use two of them tonight. So to do our initial read, we're going to use the Yin Yang Insight Oracle cards. So just got this off of Amazon. And then secondly, to get some advice, we're going to use the Cosmic Truth Universe Answers Oracle deck. Okay? All right. Yeah, because I'm not a gatekeeper at all. So I love when I be asking people what kind of decks they're using and they're able to tell me so I can see if, me and the deck connect or not. But yeah, I'm not a gatekeeper of deck names or anything like that. All right, but both of those decks I got from Amazon. All right. Spirit, ancestors, universe, divine, I ask for clear and precise messages for my collective. What do they need to know right now? What's the message for my collective? What do they need to know right now? All right, here we go, collective. What does the collective need to know right now? All right, so first out we have lost and wounded. All right. This says not feeling enough, missing someone, left out in the cold. So someone here is experiencing some type of loss. They may be wounded. This sounds like a breakup or, something that just didn't go as they would have preferred it to go. Someone could be left feeling like, they're not enough because they're missing someone who walked away from them. All right, next we have release and purge. All right, so this says surrender, emotional release, clearing, walking away. So this could be someone releasing, the emotions and ways in which loss and being wounded has, impacted them. This could be someone who is purging those emotions, but this could also be someone who, yes, is feeling lost, wounded because of a loss when they were released or someone purged themselves from them. Okay? All right. Let's see. What else we got for the collective? Tell me more about this for the collective. All right. We got cold and we have control. So this says silent, observing, hiding feelings. Secretive, blocking emotions, mask. So I feel like someone, who is getting over the loss, getting over the wounds, they may be cold right now, I feel like this is like hell have no fury like the woman scorned, but it's not revenge, it's more so of like a shutdown. You don't have to be a woman. That's just what came to my head. But I feel like this is also a form of like a defense mechanism, like to shut down. Or you could be someone, if this is you, whoever this person is can be an avoidant. You know what I'm saying? Someone who shuts down, doesn't really engage much. It's like, all right, look, I done let that go. I'm not worried about that, so, but they doing it like a cold way, like putting up a wall or a fence in some way. What else for the collective here? All right, we got reflecting and we got shadow work. All right, soul searching, deep introspection, evaluation, hermit energy, void, period. Exactly. Someone could be taking this time to shut down to reflect, to really kind of do some shadow work, see what it is that's going on, maybe what happened in the situation, or really reflecting on how that made somebody feel, just really looking back at the entirety of the situation. And that could be what they're doing in this state of avoidance and shutdown. Then we got freedom, and you got Uranus. Leap of faith, breaking free, new cycle, fast change, new direction. So somebody is trying to take a new direction here. This is why they're doing reflecting, to get freedom, taking a leap of faith towards something different. And they needed this time alone to do it. It's like someone going into their shell so that they can reflect, take time to do whatever work they need to do, and then they breaking free, coming out of their, chrysalis. Tell me more for the collective. Tell me more for the collective. All right, we got stability, flow. All right, this says trying to balance, juggling, uncertainty, stressful choices, chaos. So this is someone who is going through the storms to build stability, because sometimes you still gonna, feel something while you're going through that journey. It's not gonna just be, all butterflies and rainbows. When anything is healing, pain can come with a wound that is healing. So I feel like someone is trying to stabilize themselves, trying to find balance throughout this new like milestone, coming from one aspect of self and then growing into a new aspect of self where now that, I'm free, I'm single from something. If this is a relationship, I don't know why I said single, but maybe for some of you this is a relationship. But whatever this loss was, someone is trying to balance themselves from what was into what could be and where they're trying to go. What else for the collective? Yeah, like I said, they closed off, guarded. All right, so this says resistance, pride, defensive, wounded warrior. Exactly. Someone is closed off, they're a bit guarded, they're resistant, but at the same time, I feel like their defensiveness is yes, it's for that protection. It's for making sure that they keep things stable. I think someone doesn't want to be distracted. So they are closing themselves off. It's like, I really got to focus on me right now. What else for the collective? We got control. We got sabotage. Yeah, I feel like someone is trying to stay in control so that they don't sabotage. It says conflicts, mood swings, trust issues, manipulation patterns. Oh, manipulation and patterns. I put it together. But for some people, maybe this is manipulation patterns. But someone here, they could be, trying to again avoid conflicts. Maybe because they know that they're not quite in the right emotional state, exactly where they would like prefer to be. They, could be having some type of mood swings. Maybe they're not really trusting anybody right now. Maybe could feel like, people are trying to manipulate them, or because of the way that they're feeling, you might be manipulating, or whoever this person is might be manipulating others. Not in the sense of trying to like take over somebody or anything like that, but controlling the atmosphere of something, maybe not being fully forthcoming because again, they don't trust. So it's kind of like false truths, but like an omission, saying what you need to say, but not telling the whole truth. That could be the manipulation piece of it. Like somebody come by asking you, do you want to go out? You want to chill? You're trying to go to, I don't know, some type of social event. And rather than just saying, nah, I'm taking time to, reflect on myself, somebody might make up an excuse of why they can't go. Something that might be, bullshit, or something that could be actually going on, but they made it something bigger than what it actually was. And, just to not have to engage. All right, because they're closed off. What else for the collective here? All right, we got until death tear us apart. Saturn. Okay. Restrictions, adversity, structure, learning karmic lessons, maturity. Right, I feel like with this incident, with this loss and this wound and pain, someone has grown from this. They've learned some type of karmic lesson here. They may be putting on restrictions, when it comes to different things. Like I said, not really going out, staying closed off because you're not trusting people, or whoever this is not trusting people. They focus on stability. They don't want any distractions, things like that where they could be restricting themselves. Now I know on this card it's got two people, so I do still feel like this is something dealing with social connections, but this could be someone who may be trying to come in and be of someone's support. Maybe try to set some fire in someone, or this person could be a fire sign. Um, but again, it's like it's restricted, it's limited. Hmm. Tell me more for the collective. All right, we have North Node and Destiny. This says fate, evolution, finding life path, karmic challenges and rewards. So because someone went through something, and because it seems like they came out better on the other end of whatever that storm was, now their destiny is coming into play. The things that they have wanted, their life path, the challenges that they went through in this karmic lesson, now it's being rewarded. Tell me more. Yeah, family and foundation came out next, okay? Commitment, home, marriage, celebration, security is given the Four of Wands. So there could be something new coming in, and this does still feel like I said, like a relationship. And it looks like it's something solid that is coming in after something that wasn't solid, and where someone was released and purged, or left out in the cold. Now it's like when one door closes, another door opens. All right, bottom of the deck, we have fate and fortune. I just said when one door closes, another door opens. Wheel of Fortune, karma, cycles, divine intervention, divine detours. Okay? Listen, rejection can sometimes be the universe's protection. It really can. And I know that statement is so cliche because people use it so loosely and so excessively. But I feel like that is exactly what this is when it comes to this read. It was meant to not last because something bigger and better is coming along. But whoever read this is, all right, what's the advice for the collective? What's the advice here for the collective? The advice for the collective. Can you emphasize messages, please? What is the advice here for the collective? What is the advice? All right, first out, we got your desires are not random, they are your soul remembering. All right. So, what you desire, I feel like whatever this loss was something that you deeply desired, but it just wasn't meant to come in that vessel or in that situation, in whatever that thing was. It wasn't meant to come in that package. There was a bigger, better package available with the things that you're desiring, okay? And your desires, again, they're not random. They are your soul remembering. So the things that you want is like this could be something that is given a rebirth of a past life. So if this is love for some of you, this could be where you desire what they might say is like this fantasy type love, this TV movie script type of romance. And you desire that because you've had that before. If it's not in this life, it's in a past life. What you're desiring is like things that your higher self knows that you deserve. Because it's like, we done had that before. You know what I'm saying? This is what we deserve. This is the life that we want. This is the connection that we want. Okay? So I feel like don't ever feel like you're asking for too much or like you're looking for too much because you want the fantasy. The fantasies can be real. Ideas come from somewhere. Nothing new under the sun. Everything that's created is from stuff that's already here, which means that that fantasy is already here. All right, what else for the collective? Let life be light. Release the heaviness not meant to be carried. So continue to release the things from the past. Don't take that with you, even especially into this new, threshold that you're about to walk through. These new opportunities that are about to be given to you. Don't carry that baggage with you. Like I said, with release and purge. You've released yes, that situation, whatever that situation was for you all. However, we cannot allow things that, even not just that situation, we can't allow the things or the adversities that we go through weigh us down. We gotta, unzip this suitcase and start unpacking at some point, because that is our responsibility. That's not no one else's responsibility. That's our responsibility. All right. All right, what else for the collective for the advice? What else for the collective? Time is a spiral, not a straight line. Trust your pace. Right, this isn't a rat race. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is on a different timeline. Things are meant to happen as they should. It does not go in a straight line. It's not going to be, okay, I need to do this first and this in order to get there. It's like, I know these different things need to be, these are the ingredients for the recipe of the item I'm trying to bake in my life. But doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to turn out wrong just because you decide to add the butter before you put in the milk. So it's like, whatever this situation is, it's like, if it don't come in the order that you think that it needs to come in, it doesn't mean that it's not coming. It's just not coming in the order that you feel like it should come in. Okay? But trust that you are moving. It's still movement forward. Trust that you are moving forward. Tell me more for the collective here. All right. Let go of what tightens you. The universe works through space. So again, not being so closed off, not thinking that I have to avoid or shut down in order for me to, really reflect and rebuild myself. It's okay to take, healthy time to yourself, but isolation, withdrawal, shutdown, granted, it can be a protective way to stay out the way. But at the same time, it can also do things to you internally, because we are social beings. It's just about doing it in a healthy way. Even drinking too much water is unhealthy, but drinking water is healthy for you. It's about moderation. So I feel like this is about making sure you're doing things in moderation. Okay? Because if you're still trying to hold tight to certain things, or you're being very closed off and guarded, it's like, how somebody's supposed to meet you halfway there? How the universe supposed to meet you halfway if, like, you setting the pathway so narrow that it can't even get through? Let's get one more. Be still. The universe is rearranging everything in your favor. Again, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. The universe is saying, get out the way. Like, for real. Get out your head. Get out your way. Let me cook. We was just talking about bacon and ingredients. Like, universe said, let me cook. Okay? Just get out the way. You done did your part. Now it's time for me to give you what you worked so hard for. Okay? Bottom of the deck, we have magic unfolds when you stop chasing and start aligning. Exactly. Just keep doing your part. Stop chasing what's already meant for you. It's coming. Just do your part. Just do your part. That's it. Just continue to do your part. That's the message for you, collective. Thank y'all again for watching. Please like, comment, share this message. Subscribe to the channel so that way you stay in touch with everything that I post. And again, if you would like your own personal tarot read, that's something you would like to book, please go ahead, follow that QR code. Your live recorded reading will be sent to you via link through your email within 24 hours of purchase. So go ahead and purchase that. You can find my prices pinned to my primary top of the page in my main page. I don't know what that's called, y'all. It's in my profile. But you can find the price chart there. And also life coach sessions. I do provide those as well. For those of you who may be new, you might not know, I am a licensed QMHP. I have a master's in mental health for psychology. And if you would like a life coach session to address any personal issues outside of just your spiritual guidance and support, hit your girl up. Follow that QR code. Let's go ahead and get you booked, all right? That one will be a one-on-one virtual session where you will get a link to be able to have a one-on-one with me. Okay. Now, granted, y'all, just an FYI, when you schedule for a personal tarot read, my third-party link that I use, my third-party website that I use, they will still send you a Google Meet invite. We will not use it for personal tarot reads because that is not how I present them to you once they are finished and completed. So please make sure you read the description so you know how you're going to receive it and you're not waiting for me to log into a Google Meet that it sent you. However, if you accept the invite, that way I know that your purchase has been completed because that too confirms because it won't send you one if you didn't complete the purchase. Okay. Once that reading is done, you will get an email from me, and it will ask you also to please do give a review when you're finished. It will have a link for that as well. You don't have to do it; that is optional, but it will. I would greatly appreciate it if you do. But let's go ahead and get you booked, though. Okay, what you waiting on? Go ahead and get your appointment straight. I'll see you on the next video, though, y'all. Take care. Bye.